Okay, testing things out. I'm going to be switching things over a little bit before things actually start going through. So you're going to see like my live stream rig setup and whatnot. I've got 2 computers running. I've got my main computer that's encoding and sending things out through the head cam. I think I figured out 2 different things. I'm very interested before I actually start the stream tonight. Well, I mean, obviously I've started the stream, but you know, if anybody's here that can help me figure things out real quick, I just want to know how things are going on your end, whether or not you can, first of all, hear me clearly, if the feed is like coming in slow for you or anything else. I figured out 2 things from last week. First of all, the connection issues that I was having was because of a loose cable. I found that out after I switched the stream over into 720p. And then I also figured out that I had dropped my bitrate way too low for 1080p 60 frames per second. I had it way down at like 2000 kilobits per second, and if I'm streaming at 1080p 60, I need that at 12,000 kilobits per second. So I switched things over. I am very much interested in knowing what things look like on your guys' end, if this is coming through smoothly. So by all means, let me know. I'm hopefully going to keep this going. I'm showing that this hasn't dropped from 60 frames per second at all on my end. So yeah, I've also switched my camera over. So obviously, like, I've got the light off in here for like heat transfer and whatnot. I'm already loaded out, so I'm ready to go with that end. But I've also switched my camera over so that my settings are now 1080p, and I'm filming. I used to have my camera at 120 frames per second, which, if you know anything about frame rate, when you're putting your frames up that high, you're going to have a considerably darker image when you're filming, because you've got the shutter closing that frequently. It's going to darken your image. But I can't stream at 120 frames per second, obviously. So I switched it down to 60 frames per second, and suddenly the picture is a lot brighter. I'm hoping that comes through on the stream today. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but I'm going to test it out, and hopefully that will be another big improvement for today's live stream. So once again, thank you so much for being a part of the live stream. Thank you for coming. If you like what you see, give me a like, give me a subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. And I'm thinking we're going to have a good battle for today. We got a good number of people too, so yeah. What up? What's your name? What's that? Yeah, good to see you. What's your name?
Huh?
What's your name?
Kareem.
Kareem, fantastic, good to have you. Safety glasses. Okay, let's get things loaded out. Okay, we got a lot of different setups for today, different layout as well for today. So should be a fun time. This should be completely loaded out as well. I'm using Shoddy right off the get-go to start things off.
Technical gear. I have sidearm. I have this friggin' thing.
Is your Nemesis your sidearm?
That and like have Nemesis on my back. Yeah. I have the caliber in my hand. Or even like reverse it, like have Nemesis and like put a strap and then have the caliber and everything. So when the caliber is secure on my back, so I can run with this. Yeah. But when I'm sniping, she's put it by my side, like. Fasting 5 days. Oh my goodness. That's a long time.
Yeah, it felt like a long time.
Are you done?
Yeah, we're done. Yeah, we broke fast a couple hours ago.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, like you drank like water, right?
We did water, tea, and bone broth.
Okay.
So we drank a pint of bone broth every night.
So that's probably what, like maybe 100 calories.
It would be less than. I think the only actual macros in it is like 10 grams of protein. Everything else. So like we sift out. Yep, we sift out all the fat. So we're getting electrolytes back in. We're getting some minerals back in. Amino acids into our system as well. And
Did you take a multivitamin?
no, no.
You're gonna get scurvy in 5 days. So.
No, we're not gonna get scurvy.
Not that sure.
No, it was good.
Probably I can.
Did my only question on that. And because I've got come back. Okay, so it looks like, I've got things back up. Let's see, what quality am I at right now? Thanks for helping me out with this, by the way, Crewmaster. I'm gonna switch to 1080p 60 and see what happens when I do that. I hope I don't have to drop things over and switch them over into 720. I really want things to function and work. That would be really great. Like I said, I'm not, so like my CPU resources are not super high. I'm running as much as I can through the GPU. So I just don't entirely know what the actual holdup is. I do see those colored pixels though that you're talking about. And I am getting a lot of buffering. Huh. Interesting. If I have to drop it to 720, I'll drop it to 720 and that'll be fine. Whatever. I was really hoping that I'd figured things out though, but you know, this is a huge learning process for me. Yeah, guys, you know what? I'm gonna drop this down. I'm gonna drop it down to 720. It was a good attempt. It was looking promising for a little bit, but it's not worth it, you know? If I'm gonna stream at all, I want to stream something that's consistent, and if this is not consistent, then I'm gonna switch it over. So I will drop the stream for just a moment. I'm gonna come right back. I gotta switch all my scenes over to be 720p. Bear with me, please. I will be right back.